live on Instagram. I got Instagram here. I got Facebook over here. And if you're on Facebook, you already see Matt. What up, Matt?
Hello,
All right.
hello.
There you are, Matt. I think you have to request
Did I
to
request?
like join me. And then I think I have to accept it on Instagram. So you're already on Facebook, but I think it just accepted on.
Sent.
There you are. View request. Okay. So I'm going to accept you. Go live. Okay. I've never done a duo thing, but I think
We're gonna wing it. Let's see what happens.
should be bringing you on. I don't know. Did it not
There
let
we
you?
go.
Is it letting you on? Okay. Let's see.
It's making sure that I'm handsome enough to do this. Okay, cool.
Yay. Okay. We did it. We did it. All right. Awesome. Let me get into
Love it. Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is like behind the scenes. Matt Hagberg. Let me make sure this is all good to go. Okay, cool. Awesome. We're like talking about online marketing and an event that Matt invited me to be a part of. I know most of you know me because I'm usually doing music marketing and teaching musicians how to make money and book shows and do all that kind of stuff. But a lot of you don't know that I'm really active in just the business community and in online marketing for businesses, all businesses. And that's what I'm doing with Matt here. So Matt, I'll let you like run it because I'm just part of your event. And I'll let you kind of take it from here and we can talk about
For sure.
this amazing thing coming up.
Yes. Actually, I actually wanted to get people, a lot of your following, they know you from helping people working on getting artists and singers, getting them paid really. And what they don't know, I feel like a lot of them probably don't know what you did. Like during COVID, there were no gigs. So I wanted them to understand what it is that you did during COVID and how you help e-commerce brands and other brands to actually start. I mean, you help people make 7+ figures in their brands to the point where they're still knocking on your door, hoping you'll help them do more things. So give us just a little snapshot of what COVID looked like for you.
Sure. Thank you. And by the way, did we fix the feedback issue? Because I saw a few comments. Some people were like, there's a feedback issue. Is that all fixed, everyone? Can y'all let me know? Can y'all put yes if the audio sounds good now? Because if the audio is still kind of off, we can fix. I'm looking in the chat box. I don't see anybody saying. Let me know if it sounds good, guys, or else I'm just going to keep talking in it. There's a ton of feedback. All right. Okay. Hopefully it's good then. Okay. Yeah. So that's a really great question. So when COVID hit, I was a full-time musician performing and doing gigs and that sort of thing. And I was, let me see, it's still saying, everyone's still saying negative. Someone's saying double audio. I wonder what's happening here. They're saying it might be on your end, but I don't know. Okay. I turned down the Facebook because I can hear it coming from yours.
Okay.
If you want to just double check it, maybe it's
Let me see.
I turned down the Facebook on mine, so I don't know if you have. I have like a computer and a cell phone on at the same time, so I don't know if you have the same thing. But I know on my end I can hear it a little bit, but it's not bad though. Can you guys like hear everything? Is everything fine, or is it really hard to like hear? Because if it's hard to hear, we'll fix it. But if it's just like on my end, it's just like a little bit of a reverb type thing, and it's not really that bad. So you guys let me know.
Is that better?
Let's see. Yes. It's fixed.
Perfect.
I can't hear anymore.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. Okay. Diving right back in. Yeah. So I was during COVID. I mean, before COVID, I was full-time musician. I was performing a lot. I had done 2,500 shows all over the world. Really had this really cool life as a musician, and didn't have any kids, married, nothing like that, you know. And then when COVID hit, I became a new mom. And at that point, it was, all my gigs got canceled, and I had this choice to make between being unemployed and, gathering unemployment checks like most musicians, or doing something else and just pursuing something different. And for me, I'm such a I need to be doing something all the time. I get really bored, and I get really depressed if I'm not using my brain somehow. So I was I really want to make this online marketing thing work. And I had already been reading, some of Russell Brunson's books and really getting into it. And during COVID was when it was all right, it's sink or swim, at this point, because I didn't have help. I was a single mom, and so it was I really have to figure this out. And so I started, promoting helping other artists like get their music out there and helping other artists do what I did because I had traveled the world, did so many things, and even at that time, even though I was no longer traveling the world and COVID had hit and everything was canceled, I still had a lot of success like promoting music and making money online. And at one point, I was the top 10 most searched independent artists in the world. So I did a lot of traction just online. So I was like, maybe I'll just teach that and let's see what happens. And then I started studying, how do I market something? You know, there's a lot of businesses out there that have like a great product or a great service, and they're not sure how to market it. And so for me, I just kept on asking myself, how do I do this? Not can I do it, but how can I do it? And I think that's like a really big thing that business owners should think about. If you're not asking can I, you're asking how can I. And so for me, I was living on this farm. I moved in with my parents. Okay? So it was like this like low point in my life. I'm in my 30s. I'm like newly single mom. And I'm like, this sucks. I'm like heartbroken because I'm a single mom. You know, my relationship didn't work out. And I'm like, okay. And I got a new baby that doesn't sleep and he's screaming all the time. He's a little terrorist. And I'm like, I got to figure this out. You know, so I started reading Russell Brunson's books and I started studying how to do online marketing. And what was crazy was where I was on a farm and I didn't have any Wi-Fi. I didn't have any cell phone service and I didn't have anything like that. So I would have to wait till my mom got home every day because I also didn't have a car. And I'd have to drive her car into town and find Wi-Fi, and then I would upload ads, and I would make like silly videos. So and I would just make like just really silly things, and I would go upload them, and I would just go home and I would just like pray that like they were gonna do well. And so I did that, and I started making like a lot of money, and I started making a lot of impact, and I started changing a lot of people's lives. And I started seeing so much because at first I was in survival mode, and I'm just trying to like provide for my son, and I knew I had the skill set that could change people's lives. I knew that because I had done this for so long. At this point, I had already almost done it for 20 years as a musician. So it was like, I know I have something to offer. And I feel like that's a bunch of other musicians, other business owners and coaches that are like, I know I have something to offer. I know I can make an impact. I know this is valuable. Whatever it is that they're doing, whether they're life coaching or financial coaching, or for my, I was in music marketing. But I had a great product, but if nobody knows about your product, it doesn't sell. You don't make any money. You don't have any impact. You don't have any fulfillment. You don't feel like you're like living your purpose. And so it was crazy. I just saw my whole life change. I felt this immense amount of purpose. I got lots of love every day for what I was doing for musicianship. All these people that didn't know what to do with the music. And then I was making money. And I was making way more than I would have made collecting on unemployment. And then as I started to do that, I started to work with other businesses. I started working with a loan company, e-commerce company. I started working with other companies. And now I'm doing all kinds of different, I'm creating ads and consulting for like lots of different businesses. And that's basically where it all came from, with the power of knowing how to market something. Just knowing how, it's not, I think so much we focus on the product and we think if we make a great product, it's just going to work. Yep. And I always tell everyone, I'm like, okay, does your mom make really great what does she make? Like my mom makes some killer cheese enchiladas, like green cheese enchiladas, killer product. Does that mean that my mom has a successful restaurant? Does that mean that my mom has no, because there's all these other things that go into it with packaging and putting it all together and marketing and the real estate and the staff. There's so many other things that go onto it. But having an online business, the marketing part is I found mediocre products that do so well because their marketing is so great. And I found really great products that don't sell very well because their marketing sucks.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing. I mean, have a good product, but man, your marketing could like make up for like having a mediocre product. Like that's just the truth. Now have a great product, take pride in it. Like I would say definitely take pride in it.
Yeah.
Have both, have a great product and have good marketing. But that power of marketing is crazy.
Yeah, when I heard your story for the first time when we met in Arizona, whenever that was, I thought I was just amazed at your desire. Like you just said, you know what, I'm just gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it happen. Like I have no Wi-Fi, but I know where I can get Wi-Fi. I have no my income has gone down, but I got to do this, and I just have to figure it out. And the interesting thing is you. As much as people probably don't want to hear this, I think you took away probably every excuse anyone has in regard to I can't do this thing. because it's really, if you can run Facebook ads and you don't even have access to the internet on a consistent basis, I'm pretty sure other people can probably figure out how to do that.
Yeah,
So
I always have heard that. I'm like, you have steady Wi-Fi. You're already a step ahead of me, so I know you can do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, one of the things that I find interesting about your the ads that you create, like your ad creative is so engaging, and this is how it differentiates from, I think, some standard ad creators out there. Yours are so engaging. You have people actually comment on your ads that they're not even buyers. They're just entertained and excited to see your ads, because it's kind of like you watch the Super Bowl for the commercials.
Mhm.
I feel like that's why people watch your ads. What's some of the feedback that you've gotten from people, and why do you think yours are different than other people's?
Yeah, it blows my mind. I love to see like people's comments, and people are so funny too. Like they're so creative with like the comments that they make. But my ads are just, ridiculous. I just posted one the other day where I was standing in front of like a bunch of cows. And I'm like, are you ready to promote your music? It's like so stupid. It's not like, it's just so ridiculous. It's not even funny that I just feel like most of the comments, everyone's like, you're wild. And, everyone's just like laughing. Like, I can't believe you didn't put this out there. And there's some people that are like, can I get like what am I watching? Like, can I get the last 30 seconds of my life back? So it's really funny to watch them go like, what's happening here? But what's really cool is I think ads are usually boring, right? It's usually just to sell a product. It's just to sell a service. And so I think when people can't wait for your next ad, when people go, oh my gosh, like the comments that I've gotten are, these are the only ads I watch all the way through. And then I have some people that are like, I watch these all the way, and I'm not even a musician. I love, I follow her just to watch her ads. And so that's really cool because, I come from entertainment industry, so I love entertainment. That's something that I like to do. And I think it's something that as a business owner, like to just have love it on any level, right? They love your product. For them to love you as well, I think it just like really multiplies how powerful you are in your market space. Because I know sometimes when you go to a restaurant, for example, if you like the owner, like you're going to go back over and over again.
Yeah.
But the moment like the owner's mean to you or that server like is rude to you, you're never going back to that restaurant again. Even if it's the best spaghetti you've ever had, like you're never going back because of the person. And I think people don't really realize how important the personality is behind the product. If you are the face of your product, that personality also reflects your product. And so for me, like just kind of being silly and like I feel like it's just more like I'm just more like approachable. Like people can like they just feel like I'm not trying to be like cool. I'm literally just like brothers sitting on a toilet. You know what I mean? It's just like so ridiculous that I think it's inviting, and I like that feeling. I like to create this space where it's just like, hey, we're just all here going through life, doing what we're doing, and I just happen to have a business, and here's a product. But I'm going to have a ton of fun, promoting this product and hopefully make you laugh and entertain you during the process.
Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. So what we have going on next weekend is it's a workshop style event and less of a like somebody's on stage talking at you. And I wanted to get your feedback, like, because you and I, the first time I saw you kind of got an experience of a workshop. It was still a larger audience, but you were able to walk people through a little more effectively than when you were at, the next event was 5,000 people, and walking them through, a whole process was a little tougher. For the audience, can you give me a little bit of like your thoughts on workshop style event versus like sitting in an audience of 5,000 and that kind of thing?
Yeah. There's definitely like a big difference. I think, Funnel Hacking Live was amazing. And I think got people really excited to see what the possibilities are. And then you got to like take your notes and go, okay, I love what she said about making funny ads. So let me go do some research now on how to do that. Whereas workshop format, like what we're doing, for your event, is it's more like, we're going to write an ad today. And when you leave, you have a template where you can go write an ad, you can film this ad, and this will sell your product. Like it will. Like here is this has never failed. As long as I have a great product and a great funnel, as long as all those other things are in place, right? This will sell your product. And so to be able to provide that where someone can walk away and go, oh my gosh, I was fascinated. Now all I got to do is go film it. That's the difference, is being able to walk away with something.
Yeah. Let's give them a little sneak peek. So what without giving away, you know, everything, share with us a little bit about what it is that you are going to teach everybody who's there.
Yep. So I'm gonna give everyone like a fill in the blank. Like, whenever you say, "Are you tired of," and then insert pain point of your customer here. Like that's I'm gonna give you a whole template that would be like a 30-second to 60-second ad. Those do really well on Instagram, Facebook. Of like for example, like we're gonna sit there and let's say you had a coaching business where you help moms who don't have time to build their businesses. Or should be like, do are you tired of not having time to build your business because you're always taking care of your kids, and do you want to build a business during nap time? I remember hearing someone, I think within our inner circle, that has that kind of headline, which I thought was super cool. You know what I mean? Like, are you tired of not having time to build your business, but would love to build your own e-commerce company during nap time? Like, that's such a cool concept. So that calls out their perfect customer. Their perfect customer is like a mom who's taking care of their children that only has like an hour or 2 hours during nap time to work on their business. Yeah. So being able to call out your perfect customer, because I think a lot of people try to like reach everybody, but no, you're calling out a certain person. Yeah. Even just that, like having a headline that calls, like that's so powerful. And then what else to say? So I'll be giving everyone like a template, like insert, benefit and result here, and then say like you're going to get this type of result. So it's kind of like Mad Libs, like you remember Mad Libs, where it's like a story,
I love Mad Libs, yeah,
and a noun. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be giving everyone like Mad Libs. This is how you create an ad for whatever kind of business you have, and just fill in the blanks, and that's it. And you're done. This is an amazing ad that's going to like crush it for you.
Love it. Yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but I tried to create this event where. So when Ashton Shanks comes in, he's actually teaching the proper way to do market research. So this leads directly into what you're talking about in regard to knowing who to talk to. So he's going to talk about how to understand how to speak to your ideal customer. So then you're going to hand them the Mad Lib and say, well, now that you know your perfect customer, here's the fill in the blank for you.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh,
and then Dave is he's doing implementation. So he's going to then come behind what you have and say, okay, now you have creative. Now we implement it. And this is how we react to the creative and the feedback that we get. So we can then make new creative based on the feedback we're getting from our market. So that was the goal here. Was I knew what your superpower was, and I knew it was the Mad Libs thing, and Ashton has his superpower and Dave has his, and I really wanted to mesh all these together. So I'm really excited that with what you're bringing. Plus, I've seen people do it, and they really just have fun with it, honestly. And I love that you do that for people. It's just like, go make a fool out of yourself and be okay with it on camera, and let's turn it into an ad, because those are the ones that work.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun. Like, it's just our like inner child, like that's what I feel like. I feel like my 7-year-old me would be really proud, and I'm like, that's the one that matters. Like when kids like you, I'm like, then you're cool. Like adults, I don't know about adults, but when kids like you, so I just always feel like being fun and, kind of letting loose on our ads. It just also creates freedom for us, and to see your business like actually do better because of it. It's kind of bizarre. Like I remember just thinking, the more ridiculous I get in ads, the more sales I have. This is just like not, I don't even have a gauge of like what is like okay in society anymore. Like I'm just so like, it just doesn't, because I've been getting so rewarded for like, hey, let's go make fools of ourselves online. Like, okay, this is great. I love it.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many, I don't know how many people out there have seen your ads dominatrix video. By the way, if you haven't seen it, you have to go see it. It's one of the most creative things that I've ever seen in a literally I was having people watch it and they're watching it like this. And because it's funny, but you're like, okay, how far is she going to take this? How far is this going to go? And I feel like that's a lot of your creative, not necessarily in that direction, but it's really like, okay, how far is she going to go with this? Like how crazy is this going to get? But in a way that like really plays into your, like you said, your inner child of, this is just how goofy I really am. And I'm just going to put it on video and people are going to resonate with it. I also think it speaks to like the authenticity that you're putting into it. because you're really tapping into who you are on the inside. And I think that's one thing that people don't do is, especially with their own product and their own services, they think they have to like plaster this film over it that makes it kind of fake, where you're very like, no, just be you, be weird. It's okay. Move forward with it.
I can't tell you how many people after Funnel Hacking Live came up and they just said, I finally feel like I have permission to be myself. And just that, it wasn't like anything else other than I just have permission to be myself. And I thought that was just such like, that would have been like all that I wanted from that presentation. Was I hope that people feel like some sort of freedom. And so that was the coolest thing. And I think that's what they'll get from the training that we're going to be doing. So.
Yeah, I love it. So I don't want to keep you too long. What we're doing with this training, so it was initially set up as Be There Live in Southern California. You get to learn from all these people, and it's going to be an amazing time, which it still is. However, through some coaxing of people within the different audiences that we have, people were asking, they were saying that they can't fly out to California right now, especially since it started snowing in a bunch of different places again. So they were asking if there's a virtual remote version of it. And so through some coaxing from them and my wife, who had been reading these comments and said, you need to do something for them, we have actually opened up a virtual version as well. And in addition to that, if you are a fan of Christine, and who is not, we actually have discounted tickets are half off right now. If you are watching this, if you go to matthagberg.com/Christine, you can actually get tickets.
Ooh, I'll put it on here. I'll put it on I'll tag it too. Let me see.
Love it.
matthagberg.com/Christine. So I saw a few people in the comments asking like, how do I get this template? Christine, how can I, use this for my business? Well, this is how I'm going to be teaching it. And we're going to it's going to be workshop style. So whenever we're done, you're going to have a script. Yeah. You're going to have like this is how you do it. This is a template for you to create an ad that works, that will convert. The ad itself is going to do great. It's your job to have a good offer. It's your job to have a good funnel. You got to have all that stuff, right? But this is going to grab people's attention. It's going to call out your perfect customer.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you jump in there, there's a couple different ways to. There's a couple different ticket levels, and there is one that gives you the recordings as well of the whole event. So I always recommend people walk away with the recordings, because you can go back and you can reference it, you can duplicate it, all of that kind of stuff. So definitely take a look. Christine's going to lay out the entire thing that she does, and I can't emphasize this enough. Like, these are literally the things she did to get e-commerce businesses to 7 figures. We're talking about $1 million and more in revenue that she helped e-commerce businesses do, not to mention all of the help that she's been doing for artists. For how long have you been helping artists in this way?
Oh gosh, I mean, in the online marketing world, it's probably been about 4 or 5 years. I've been doing a lot of, it's been like 10 years really.
Yeah.
Doing it, but this, like you said, that's what's so great about this, is just having. I think people they'll tell you how to do something, but they don't show you how to do it. And so now what's going to be great about this is you're just going to be shown exactly how to do it, and how I've, these plaques back here in the music industry and for doing millions in sales, are really, I'm going to attribute so much of it to my ads, because my funnels and my websites are not award winning. Like my first funnel was terrible. Like when you went to my website, it was a white screen. I didn't even know for months. Like you had to scroll down for you to see something. Like it was all bad. It was everything you're not supposed to do as a business owner. Yet I was making profiting like $20,000 to $30,000 a month.
Yeah.
Off of just one product. That doesn't count my other products. Like, it was just this one funnel that I'm thinking of. That is crazy to me. Like when I think about that, I'm like, and the website and the funnel's so terrible. And so I think a lot of people get caught up in making everything perfect, and that's great. But as individuals, sometimes we only have so much time. So I'm always like, I'm like the good enough person. I'm like, just make the funnel good enough. Like, just do this good enough. And I saw people like, no, you got to be perfect. I'm just more like, good enough has gotten me so far. And then I just rely on personality. Like, I'm like, you know what, let's just have fun in the ads. And if you have a coaching program, show up for your audience, show up for your people, show up, so I'm always kind of like really an advocate for that. And I think that goes a really long way. And so, and ads are a humongous part of that. So I'm excited to teach it. I pinned the website down here, matthagberg.com. /Christine for everybody that's watching. And if you're on Facebook, it's actually on the banner right there. So you can come join. It's fun.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, I'm going to be completely transparent here. So I really put this together because getting to know the speakers, we have like a local mastermind that we do, and we try to hold some regular events where we bring together some local entrepreneurs and try to just give back to the community. And so I was like, you know what? These are some of the most amazing people I've met in the last 6 to 12 months. I need to find a way to get them here so that way the community can benefit from them as well. So I'm super excited to just have you guys. It's really just a selfish thing. I just want to get you guys.
Well, that's great. You just hang out with a bunch of cool people.
Yeah, I just wanted to hang out with cool people who like to nerd out about things that I like to nerd out about. So it's
I know that's the thing is when you find nerds that love, like I always tell everyone, I'm like, I love systems and processes. I love data. I love charts. Like people have no idea. Like I feel like people go to my Instagram and like what I post, it looks like I'm like always doing cool stuff, but really I'm like looking at charts all day and I'm like, I love this stuff, but I can't like post like looking at another chart today, like here's another picture.
Yeah. That is probably not relatable for most people.
Yeah, but I think as a business owner, it can be fun. And when you see like, I just posted this silly ad today and you're like watching like, oh my gosh, I'm selling more of my product, I'm selling more of my music, I'm selling more of my service, I'm selling more of my coaching program. Then it gets really exciting because then you go, what else could I do? What else? And that's exactly what happened. Like even the Cologne company, the e-commerce company that I worked with, we've done a few million in sales now. And with that company, when he first saw like how millions and millions of plays we're getting and like people reacting and saying how funny it was, that's all he cared about. Like he called me every morning. Like every morning he'd call me where I'd be like, I hope he's not watching because I would like, I'm not answering this call right now. But he was so excited. He's like, did you see the new ad? Did you see, like, he was just like, oh my God, we got to do another ad. Let's do one like this. Because it was so exciting for him to see his business do well. And it was so exciting for him to see the comments that were coming in. And that was really cool. So we've had so much fun, doing that and continuing to work together.
Yeah, that's amazing. And in the research I did of you, as I saw that you were coming to these different events that I was going to be at, that Cologne company was one that I did a little bit of research on. So I thought it was interesting the growth that happened as you got involved with that. It's pretty impressive. And I appreciate that you're literally coming and just, going to share all of the things that allowed you to do that. I'm very thankful for that.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for inviting me to be a part of it.
Of course. Are there any questions that are popping up that you're seeing that we need to answer other than how to get tickets?
Let me see. Grzegorz. I'm so butchering that name. I am so sorry. Combo Tarney. I don't know. I'm totally butchering your name. I'm so sorry. You're on Facebook. You said the digital marketing mastery workshop will be only on those 2 dates in 2023. I think, and Matt, you can probably answer this better for me, but I think you can get the replays and everything too. So if you're going to come physically, that's when it is. But you can also get the replays online. Is that right, Matt?
Yeah. So if you buy a ticket, you can buy a remote or a virtual ticket, and there is a remote ticket you can buy where you'll also get the replays with it. So if you can't make it there live, you'll get the replays and everything like that.
Okay. And I also, Gregor, you asked if it's possible to have a discount code, and they're half off right now. So that is, it's discounted already.
Yeah. Going to that site is the discount code.
Okay. All right. Cool. Oh, and you're from Poland. Okay, cool. Well, you can log right on. Yeah. International. Awesome. And let me see if there's any questions on Instagram here coming in. Let's see. Put any questions that you have, guys. Once again, if you're just joining, Matt has put together this incredible event for entrepreneurs where we're going to show you how to figure out who your customer is. And so that way we can create some awesome ads. And, online marketing has completely changed the trajectory of my life and so many other people. And just to think of like the way it's going, everything's going to be online. Like everything is going to be online. And to not have that skill set, or to not know even basics about how to um, speak to a camera, what to say to get people to want to buy your products, to want to buy your services. Like there's a few key things that literally you could just say like 4 sentences and you'll see crazy increases. Like if you're not saying these things normally on your ads. So that's what's going to be really cool, is we're going to like get down to like, these are the things that you need to do. We're going to create an ad script and then we're going to show you how to implement it. So I think that's okay. Everyone's talking about they want the template. Okay, cool. So yeah, I have it posted here. For those of you that want to get tickets, once again, matthagberg.com/tickets are half off. This is going to be really great for entrepreneurs. And I'm seeing if there's any questions over here.
While you're looking, so I was just thinking through this, like, I know you teach a lot to artists. Is there I know you found a link between what you did for e-commerce and now what you're doing for artists. What did that look like? Because the way you helped, and you kind of alluded to it, the way you help artists now really transitioned after you learned how to do these things. What did that look like for you?
Are you talking about like the kind of the model?
Yeah.
Like yeah. I mean, they're exactly the same. Like there's no difference, except it's kind of like like I told you, like with the Mad Lib, like we're going to create a template. So if someone's going to buy a cologne, your opening line on an ad might be, "Are you tired of smelling like crap?" You know what I mean? Like that's what, there's your pain point. Are you tired of like cheap cologne that you hate? Something like that. That's a really funny ad. I feel like they're tired of smelling like crap.
Look, we're writing ads right now. Let's do it.
We're writing that right. I'm doing that this week, and I'm tagging you in it. So that would be like the opening line for a cologne. Whereas for a musician, it's, "Are you tired of not being paid for, your shows?" It's the exact same. You're doing the exact same things. There's really not much different. You're just thinking of what's the pain point for someone that needs cologne. What's the pain point for someone that needs to book shows? We've marketed other, lotions and products, and then other, I do different ads for, other info products and, solar panel companies and, Airbnb stuff, like all kinds of different things. That it's just, you're just picking out the pain point. If you're a life coach, it's, "Hey, are you tired of feeling stuck in your life?" Or a solar panel company, "Are you tired of paying a ton of money on your electric bill?" Like it's the same messaging. And then you go into, "Well, I got a solution for you," and then you're naming all the solutions. So it really is such a great skill to have, because you can do, when you know how to market online, like you are the most powerful person that exists.
Yeah.
You can do anything. You can do anything that you want to do. You can invent something, you can create something, or you can just market other people's products and services and make a ton of money. Like you just have absolute freedom, and you can work from anywhere on your laptop. That was the most valuable thing to me. I love to travel. I love freedom. And it's like I hated having to show up somewhere. Like if I'm tired, I want to sleep in. Or if I just don't feel like getting up, I'm not gonna go. Like I put on makeup for you, Matt. Like I got ready today. But you think I'm just like on my computer, like pajamas, and I like that. I like that I have that option to do that. So that's why I think this is so powerful for everybody.
Just for transparency's sake, I did the same thing. I got up. My wife's like, "You're looking a little shiny. You need some makeup. Let me do some things." Okay, and I'm like, "It's cold and miserable outside right now, but I'm super excited about this. And Christine is worth getting up and, having a conversation with. So let's do this." Awesome. I don't know what else to say. I mean, to be honest, this is, well, let me put it this way. So the people that are going to be teaching in this room, in this place, by the way, we call it the Mastermind Mansion. Live, there's only 25 seats, because it's literally a mansion where we bring people together and we do events there because we like it intimate. But like I said, we did just open up the virtual, the remote. So have at it whichever way you want to go. So the people that are coming in this room, I was talking to one of them on Thursday, and we were doing the math between just you three and me. I think we've managed over $250 million in advertising. Yeah. So there's a lot of money spent with some very large companies and even startups. Like, for example, my first startup was a women's activewear brand, and I got it from 0 to $1 million in 8 months. And I had no idea what it was the same thing. I had no idea what I was doing, but a friend of mine was like, hey, Facebook ads and e-commerce. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And so I ran the thing to 7 figures in 8 months. And unfortunately, once other people caught on, I didn't build a brand properly. I didn't learn what I needed to learn. So I literally lost $1 million business because I didn't implement the right way. And those are the lessons that like I paid for that we're going to teach other people, because it's like, how do you avoid losing $1 million business? How do you, if you're in a situation where, you're living with your parents and you don't know what to do next, how do you get yourself out of this? So we've gone through a lot of the like getting all of the ups and downs, all of the like getting attacked and having to go through all of the obstacles and all of the hard work, so that we can just turn around and say, okay, here's the template to create effective ads, to implement effective ads, to understand your market properly, and to go build a 7 and 8 figure brand on the back of whatever you want to do.
Save you the trouble of having to figure it out on your own.
Exactly.
And by the way, Tell Double, I see you making all these amazing comments. So much love to you. I see you. You put, I wonder if she reads the comments while listening at the same. I'm reading your comments. And you're a sweetheart. So yes, I'm reading your comments on there.
She is more talented than I am, because I do not have, multitasking is not always my best thing. So yeah.
I think it's a woman thing. We're like, we're like, baby over here, we're taking care of business over here. Like we're doing all, that's just how our brains are built. We're
my wife would agree with you. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to people. Thank you again for jumping on and giving everybody a sneak peek of what to expect. Again, matthagberg.com/Christine. Half off tickets right now. We just opened up a virtual remote option. When just take a look at those. If for some reason you can't make it, those options do give you the ability to access the recordings. Tell Double's excited that you said their name. I'm getting good at this.
I told you I saw you. I told you I read the comment.
Tell you what, Tell Double, if you buy a ticket, we'll give you a special shout out as well.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, thank you so much. Everybody head over, get your tickets. Any parting words, any last things?
I think that the biggest part of building a successful business is just taking action. So if this is something that you guys want to do, it's never the best product that wins. It's not the best singer that's on the radio. It's not the best spaghetti that is at the Italian restaurant that's popular. It's the people that take action. So I would just say, like, if this is something that, if you've ever wanted to have a successful business or services, whatever it is that you have, entrepreneurs, this is a really great opportunity. So just take action. Like half of the work is just showing up. So show up.
That's great. I 100% agree. Tell Double, by the way, the event is just outside of LA, because you asked LA or Vegas. The event's just outside of LA if you want to be there live. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to next week. And yeah, thank you for everything.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everybody that joined. You guys have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all at the event.
See you guys.
All right. Bye.